So today I'm going to be doing a little Q&A because I asked some questions on my Bookstagram, and I thought after my first video I'd do like a little get to know me sort of thing, just introduce myself, and then I'll start getting into like the more fun content, hopefully. I've got my laptop because I'm actually filming on my phone, and I'm going to just ask the questions through here because I've sent them to my laptop. There's no order, by the way, I'm just like picking at random. What is the thing that you love the most about the bookish community? Definitely just how like supportive everyone is. Like, I literally can't believe how supportive everyone is on there. It's crazy. Like, and it's all just so light-hearted and fun. There's no pressure. You're not relying on it for anything other than just your enjoyment and happiness, and I think that's why people do so well on it, because it's literally, you do it because you love to do it, not because you're getting anything out of it, if that makes sense. Everyone just takes time to comment and like and reply to stories, message each other about books. Like, I've made so many friends, it's mad. I literally can't believe that I like almost didn't even start one. It's just crazy. So the next question is, what's your favourite book? Some of my faves. Love in Other Words is number one. Love Macy and Elliot so much. One thing that happens in it that I'm like, about. If you've read it, you'll know. And it's just a little bit, I wish that bit would have been explained more in the book. But other than that, I just absolutely love it. And then I bought the cute cover because it's a floppy book. Like, no break in the spine. It just flops. Like, isn't that just the best thing ever? What made you start your account? So shout out actually to my friend Lori, What Lows Reads on Instagram. She actually, I think I was reading It Ends With Us, and I put it on my story on my personal account, and then Lori replied like, oh my god, you're reading. I actually said something like she'd read it, or she didn't know that I read, or whatever. And she was like, oh, you should follow my Bookstagram. And I was like, what's the Bookstagram? Like, honestly, I'd never heard of it before. Looking through her reviews, and I just loved it. I thought it was so cute. And then a few weeks later, I was still reading, and I thought it'd be so fun to start my own. Thank you, Lori. Otherwise, honestly, I don't think I would have started it if she hadn't have messaged me that, because I didn't know it existed. I had no clue about Bookstagram, which is crazy to me now. I'm like, how was this not in my life? That brings me on, I'll actually just tie it into this other question, which is, what book got you into reading? Basically, I hadn't read a book for years. I used to read like the Michael Morpurgos, Mallory Towers, Heidi, all that when I was younger, and I loved reading, and then I just stopped. I read Becoming Molly May in September, and it's hard to rate an autobiography obviously because it's like their real life, but I enjoyed reading it, but it was more so the reading I enjoyed more than like the actual book. I think I googled like, what's the in book? I didn't even know if that was a thing. It Ends With Us came up, and I thought, fine, it was like £6 on Amazon. I was like, fine, I'll buy it. And then yeah, I bought it, and it hooked me from the first chapter, and I'm not expecting that at all. Finished in 2 days. I was literally taking it everywhere with me, reading it any chance I got, so because I just couldn't put it down. So again, if I hadn't picked up Molly May's book, then maybe I would have never like thought to pick up another book. So it's mad when you think about things like that. Like, if I hadn't done this would have never happened. Someone asked, are you a mom? Yes, I am a mom. Sophia and Lice, and they're 4 and 1. How do you find time to read as a mum of 2? It's hard because obviously they take up all my time, but they do go to school and nursery. The way I do it is, I start work say at 10, but I'll go in at 9, so then I've got like an hour between 9 and 10 and I just read all. Also, I don't drive, Connor drives, so whenever in the car I take my book and I read. But yeah, I've got to just fit it in whenever I can. I still feel like I get enough reading in, even though it's difficult, and sometimes I get home and I'm like, oh my god, I just want to read, but obviously I've got to make tea, bath, bed, but I get my time in the evening, so it's okay. What was your first 5-star read? It Ends With Us, definitely, because I just loved it. How do you annotate your books, and can you show us? I've only just started annotating really, so I annotated book covers a little bit. This is when I first start trying it out, so I'll show you. So I literally just tab like any quote or anything that stands out to me, I read it and I'm like, oh, I love that, or God, that was sad, or that was really cute, or anything like that. I just tab it and I underline it. There's no really right or wrong way, it's just whatever like speaks to you when you read it, basically. Like for example, I try and match the tabs to the covers as well. A lot of people do that, so I've used like pink and yellow here. Where is it? So this one here I tabbed when Nora says, if I don't say it loud, I think it doesn't count, maybe it won't ever be true, but it's true and I'm not sure I'd want it to stop even if I knew how. I'm falling in love with Charlie Lasher. So I thought that was cute because she was like finally realising that she loves him. And then sometimes I'll do like, if there's like a dialogue between them, I don't know if you can see that, I'll do like what she says in pink and then what he says in blue. The most tab book I've got is the one I've just finished, which is Magnolia Parks. So I tab this quite a lot, for me anyway. I did like a little key in the start of this one. Is that what you call it, a key? So I've got, can you see that? I'm trying to look in the mirror. So I've got Magnolia, quotes, cute, BJ and booked up. A lot of ones were booked up in this book. I'll show you one. So one of the cute ones is right at the start where BJ asks, how's the weather over there, Parks? Warm enough? And she wriggles closer to me, how's the weather over there, Beach? I turn it on my side and face it, clear skies. And then I've got like BJ's tab where he says, it's Parks, she's mine, she'll always be mine. I need to go back because I've tabbed like all these pages, but I need to underline them. And then there's one for Magnolia, which is, I remember resentment pounding through my body and then I remember it, like a physical punch in the gut, how much I loved him, really loved him, to the bone loved him, cut me and I'd bleed him, how much I needed him, still needed him, would forever, always and couldn't even if I tried, needed him. And I remember being deeply afraid of what my life would be like without him in it. So I was just like, wow, that was deep. So it like, I thought it was really deep, so I just underlined it. And yeah, I find it really like therapeutic going back and underlining, so I love doing that. If you had to choose one genre for the rest of your life, what would you pick? Romance. Definitely romance. It's all I read. I need to like start reading all my thrillers, but I just gravitate towards the romances. What book are you currently reading, or books? I'm currently reading, oh I didn't bring it up, but I'm reading A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah Jane Maas. It's the second in the Akota series. And I did also start reading Matthew Perry's autobiography. I'm not that far in. I just love Friends, like if you know me. I wanted to read more about him because it's interesting and like he's been through a lot. Yeah. I also started Girl in Pieces, maybe like 150, but I had to pause it for now and then I went to Magnolia Parks because I was just not feeling it and I didn't want to ruin the book for myself, so I thought I'll just get back to it after I've read A Come Off. What book would you recommend to anyone? So I think I would recommend Verity by Colleen Hoover. This is my one, and then my sister actually bought this, but she doesn't have like a bookshelf because she's in uni in Italy at the minute, so she brought all her books that she bought back and she said I could have them. So I was so excited, I was like, get home because I need my books. I need to read the final chapter because I've actually not read it. This has got like the bonus chapter in it. And it's really gripping. It's like a short book as well, so it's quite a quick read. I actually read it when I was in A&E because I broke my toe. So I was there for 4 hours waiting and I literally read most of it. I think I finished it when I got home. It was just so messed up. And it's got like that little bit of romance in it as well. I think it's a psychological thriller with a romance subplot. I really did like this. What book would you like to be the female main character in? Emily asked me this and I was actually talking to her about it because I was like, I'm gonna have to think about that. Because there's lots of female main characters that I like and love, but I'm like, would I want to be them though? It depends if you look at it as a whole, like career-wise or book boyfriend or family-wise. But the one that I picked up was It Happened One Summer, because she's like this influencer, you know, thinks she's better than everyone sort of thing, and then she gets basically shipped off to Westport and finds out more about her dad. She goes with her sister Hannah, and she obviously meets Brendan, and she basically just gets brought back down to earth, and like everyone loves her. She really learns like the values of life, and like what happiness really is, what true love really is. So I don't know, I just thought of Piper Bellinger when I was thinking about it. But then I've got a lot, like Nora, because Charlie's just Charlie. If you could read one book for the first time again, what would it be? The Dreamland Billionaire series. I just love this world. Like I need a fourth book. I said this in my review on Seth Kane, the dad, because he got a letter as well, and they're all about his letters, like the letters that their granddad gave them in his will. So I was like, he should have had one as well. I would have loved that. Apparently I've heard that there's a, what's it called, Lakeland coming out that's sort of to do with this. I don't know, I don't want to get my hopes up. Right, so I'm actually getting pins and needles because I've been sitting here for so long, and I need to edit this and get it up for Sunday. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I feel like I was a little bit more nervous filming this because it's like a sit down talk to the camera like with my other one. I was sort of busy like building my book out, so I was like talking as I was doing something, so I find it a bit more intimidating talking like this. Yeah, I hope it wasn't too boring. Please let me know in the comments what videos you'd like to see from me, but I've got a few ideas. I'm going to try and get into a routine of posting every Sunday and see how that goes, because I'm really enjoying it so far anyway. Sorry, my phone just died and I think I was doing the outro, so I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you in the next video.